Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today, obviously, we are doing my reading journal flip through from 2020. So as you can see up here, one of my dogs did get to it and chewed up the top a little bit. So that's what that is. But this is an Archer and Olive journal. A lot of people are using them. I'm sure you know the gist. But yeah, without any further ado, let's jump into it. Okay, so on the first page here, we have a couple of stickers from one of my friends, Leo, and she has her own Etsy shop. I will either link it above or below. So yeah, definitely check her out. She's amazing. But moving on, we have my title page and my Goodreads challenge. So I always aim to read at least 100 books every year. I finished this pretty early on. So I did this in my new journal and I like the color scheme of this. So yeah, like how that turned out. This is my 2020 at a glance. I was going to use this for book releases, but the squares weren't big enough, so I decided not to. But it's also just 2020 at a glance, so yeah. This is my 2020 most anticipated spread. I did bookshelves and I wrote in the names of the books, and when I read them, I colored them in. As you can see, there were a couple that I didn't get to this year, but most of them I did end up getting to. So yeah, this spread didn't turn out all that great, but it is what it is. We live and we learn, right? Okay, so this is my best of 2020 list. If you've already seen that video, you already know, but I did my long list here where every time I read a book and I was like, this could be the best of the year, I wrote it down, and then from there I chose 15, and those are the ones that are highlighted, obviously. So you can also see other books here that were in the running for best of 2020 if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Pretty simple. This is my YouTube milestone page. I really like how this turned out, so I kept it going in 2021's journal. But yeah, I think that turned out cute. This was a tracker for Twitter and Instagram, but I kept forgetting to update them every month, and then I also stopped using Instagram for a lot of the year, so we just covered that up. I was gonna put something there, but it's a little late now, so. This is my quotes page, which I'm very proud of. Every time I read a book and really liked a quote, I would add it to my quotes page. So if you're interested, you can just pause and read all the quotes that I have here. And we have my January spread. It's so weird looking back on this and seeing how far I've grown from the spread. Definitely interesting. So this was back when I did little pictures for the month, and that, another sticker from Leo, and then that's just the cover page. This is my TBR and haul page. I kept these going throughout the year. I will keep them going throughout next year. But yeah, pretty simple. As you can see, not much zhuzh to them. This is my January books read page. I did icicles at the top there. Very cool. And then it also moves on to this page, which is when I started writing, as you can see here, in all caps, which I really like the style of, but I did switch that up for this year. I also will change the stars to physical numbers because my eyeballs cannot decipher between 4 and 5 stars, so we had to change that. This is my February spread. My February spreads are always really Valentine's-y. I'm gonna change that up this year though. I promise you that. But this looks pretty. I don't know, I think the pink looks kind of weird now looking back, but yeah, it's pretty. It's my TBR and haul page again. Nothing fancy, nothing fancy. And then my books read, which I still am doing the stars. Very nice. And then I did go to Barnes & Noble this month and I got some books which didn't fit on my haul page, so I just made its own little page. So all right, so next we have my March spread. which I love. I think it turned out so pretty. I did a plant theme with this one. And all the pencilings are video ideas that I had or plans to upload. My plans to upload change all the time. That's why they're in pencils. So yeah. It's the TBR and haul. Same as always. And then my March books read. I actually used washi tape and paper to go over what I had originally done, which I didn't like. And I think it turned out really good. I'm very proud of this. I think it turned out really cute. And then this is the second page of that, which again, I love. Very pretty. And then this obviously is when I started doing the numerical stars. Oh, it looks like, oh yeah, I forgot I covered up. I was gonna do like a floral background, but I sucked at drawing at the time, so, I mean, I still kind of do, but I've gotten better, but it didn't look very good, so I had to cover it up. And then we have a Witchathon spread for Ostara, and I really intended to do this, but I completely forgot. It snuck up on me, and I never got around to making a TBR and actually reading the books. But as you can see, I wanted to because I made this beautiful spread for it. So yeah, very pretty. It turned out really cute, but I wish I could have used it. But yeah. And then we have my April spread, which is kind of similar to my March spread in that it's very nature-y. But this one features a lot of mushrooms and fairies, which you will see. And a friendly little snail there. And TBR and haul page. Nothing fancy, once again. And then we've got my little fairy here, some more mushrooms. I really like the washi tape that went with this. I think I did a good job with that, picking that out. Books read. Books read. I read a lot of books this month, as you can see. And then we have my owls page. This was another readathon. I'm sad I don't think it's going to be happening again this year just because of the whole J.K. Rowling thing, but this was my first year doing it and it was so much fun. I love the idea of it and the themes and prompts and all that. But yeah, this was my first spread for it. I love the spread. This is probably my favorite spread in the entire journal. I just absolutely love it. And then this is my TBR page. Drew a little Dobby. And then I was gonna add more here, but I didn't know what to add. And I never gave myself a final grade. Amazing. But I did finish all the subjects, so that final grade would be an A. And then now we have my May spread. This is my birth month. That is my birthday. And I did the most boring spread for May. Yeah, it's pretty boring, as you can see. This one kind of looks neat, but it's still pretty boring, as you can tell. This one looks nice with the washi tape, but yeah. And then this was the first month that I did my book club, which lasted, I think, a whopping 4 months. But it was called Sapph Fiction, and our first book was The Dark Wife, and I wrote a little review. And then these were all the books that were gifted to me from, like, my dad, my mom, and some friends for my birthday. So I made a little list there. And then we have June, we have Pride Month, and I wanted to do something Pride themed, but not tacky and overly done. So I just went with a little minimalistic rainbow on the sides and some daisies. I did mean to fill this in all the way, but I never did. And then we have my readathon, which I host, Read Your Gaze, which I just drew in when that was happening. And we have my TBR and haul. I do like the way that these are colored in, but I will probably change that next year because I just don't like very colorful stuff. Like, I like a general color theme, if that makes sense. And I think this is a little too Skittle-like for me. But these are the books I read. Again, we'll probably change up the way I highlight in next year. So yeah, more books read. Sapph Fiction book club pick was the Falling in Love montage. I wrote my little review. All right, and moving along, this is my Read Your Gaze spread. It was camp themed this year. I did mean to put the badges in, but I forgot. So here we are. You can thank my ADHD for that. I could have been a very cute spread, but I forgot. But yeah, simple. I wanted to do like wood up here, make it look like a camp sign, and then this was supposed to be like a banner. What do you call it? A sash? Is that what it's called? I don't know, but yeah. Then we have upcoming releases, and as you can see, I did fill this out for a couple months, and then I forgot it was here because it's in the middle of my journal, and I once again have ADHD, so it's not filled in. Then we have July, very pretty theme. We have some stickers. These are from basically Brit, her shop. Again, I will try to remember to link that above or below. Yeah, pretty simple. I think this one turned out really pretty and looks very florally, I guess. I don't know. This one I actually included a list of videos that I wanted to make. This does not last long because I am constantly changing my mind. This was our book club pick for the month, Cinderella is Dead. I never wrote a review. This was actually, I believe, the last live show we did, because at this point I think people stopped being interested in it, so it is what it is. And then we have my books read. I read a lot of books this month. And then we have August, which is pretty similar to the July theme because I have no creativity. So yeah, TBR and haul as usual. Videos, book club pick, Upright Women Wanted, no review. Shocking. So yeah, this was I think the last month that I did it. It just seemed like people weren't really interested, so I was like, okay, it is what it is. And we have books read. Once again, I read a ton of books this month. This was still, was this when I was off of work? I think so. I've been on and off of work since the beginning of the pandemic, so I believe this is when I was probably off of work because I read a lot of books. And we have September, very pretty theme. Love this. I think this was the month I got a new Tombow pen, and it was like a light brown, and I've been obsessed with it ever since, and I use it a lot. TBR and haul, some washi tape from basically Brit's shop, and then my books read. I really like the way this turned out. It's so pretty. Yeah. Continued books read, and then put my video page here. I think this was the last time I did the video spread. Moving on to October, very boring theme. I tried to doodle in some leaves. ADHD, love it. This turned out really pretty though. I love this. These stickers are from an Etsy shop that I found. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll try once again, link it above or below. And I wanted to do less of a spooky theme and more of like a fall vibe theme, but I did add a little spider web up there just for funsies. And then move along to my TBR and haul. I think this looks very fall-y. Fall vibes everywhere for this. And then my books read, very cozy, very minimal. Same thing here. And then this was the month we did the Guinevere Deception book club with the author Kirsten White. So we read a couple chapters every day, and then there was a live show every other day, and she talked about the book. And this is one of my favorite books of all time, so I obviously had to join, and this was in preparation for the sequel release. So it was a lot of fun, so I did a spread for it. And then we have November. Very nice, lovely leaf drawing I did. Very pretty calendar layout here. Love that for me. My TBR and haul, I got these tags from Joann's probably, and I knew I had to use them, so I used them. Do I love them? No. Will I probably incorporate them in different ways in this year's journal? Yes, because I have a lot left over. November books read. I love these rubber stamps that I got from Michaels. I ordered them online and they are so pretty. And then we have the last of the books that I read. And then I had an empty page, so I was gonna do a review video, but never got around to that. But this is For the House in the Cerulean Sea, which I adored and wanted to do a review of, but I think we all know how that went, and that went nowhere, basically. And then we have my Indigathon spread. This focuses on like Indigenous books, and yeah, so I started this. I technically finished all the prompts, but it felt like cheating by only reading 3 books, so I didn't really finish filling them in. So yeah, there's that. But I also got sidetracked for the rest of the month and then never finished, so yeah, you can see a common theme with my, what are they called? Readathons. And then we finally have my December spread. I do have a video up of this. I think this is the only one I have not deleted yet, so there's that. I did a little gnome theme for December. I didn't want it to look super tacky or like outrageous, so I did a pretty simple theme. TBR and haul, very simple. These are pages from sampler that I got at BookCon, so I just tore a couple pages out because otherwise I'd just throw it away, so at least it's being reused, right? We've got December books read, and I believe it continues onto the back, yes. And then that's it. So now we get into the back portion. This is my year in review, how many books I read, all, you know, all that good stuff. And then this was my end of the year goals page. I did want to finish my physical TBR. I kind of half finished that because I finished books that I bought more than a month ago, but there were a couple left. And then obviously I checked off all the other ones. And then this was the books that I tracked that I read through Libby while I did have a subscription. And so that's, you know, not very exciting. This spread I love. It is so pretty. This was when I was planning out my new journal, so spreads to keep and new spread ideas. And then obviously you can see what I wanted to keep and include. Some of them I didn't include a sapphic book tracker. That would have been so good. I did not include 100 books to read, and I spelled reference wrong here. Very professional. Then we have my Stephen King list, which doesn't really need to be here anymore. The highlighted ones are all ones that I read, and the other ones were ones that I was planning on reading, which are all of his books. But yeah, I changed my mind. I think the books that I've read and liked of his, it's like whatever, but I don't think I need to read anymore. I think it's whatever, so there's that. This was my list of arcs that I got and whether I read and reviewed them. I was gonna continue it to this page, but I didn't want it to like start here and then continue here. I thought it felt weird, so I just left it on this page. And this was started on April 29th. This was not from the beginning of the year. And then we have video ideas and whether or not I made them. It's very boring. You guys don't probably really care. But yeah. Then we have my library haul. So this is so exciting. I read so many books from the library. There is a key in the back, but I'll explain it to you now. So fully filled in books are books that I bought and paid pretty much that price for. Half filled in ones are books that were gifted to me. Yes, books that were gifted to me. And then we have, you can see on this page, we do have another little color coded thing, which is pink, which is I bought this book, but I did not pay that price for it. I got it for probably cheaper. Obviously I would never pay, I could never pay $28 for Devolution, so I had to wait for it to go on sale for that. And I think that was, looks like it was one of the only books I purchased myself, but cheaper, but I still had to include it in my key. But yeah, those are all the books. I read a ton of library books this year. God bless my library, doing the Lord's work. But that is it, my friends, for my journal. Here I just watched some colors and we got my bookmarks, which are no longer needed. Very sad. So yeah, that's it for my tour, my reading journal tour flip through thingy. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you stayed this long, leave me a pencil emoji in the comments. And yeah, say hi if you feel like saying hi. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.